Well, welcome to Axe Moon Production. I noticed while kind of reviewing some of my analytics on YouTube, there were some interesting things I can do with some videos. So I figured I'd go ahead and try this out as a tester. Now granted, this isn't like going to be a cooking show, but because I went to the store and did some of that shopping. I have the squash, I have a bunch of beautiful heirloom tomatoes, and this apple pear. And for Christmas this last year, I ended up buying myself an immersion blender, which I really like. So, we're gonna roast these tomatoes and this pear and this squash, and then we're gonna make a soup out of it. And I like the heirlooms. Maybe it's because they're funky and they come in different colors, I don't know. But this is gonna kind of be like a tester video for me, just to see if I can mess around with some of the video options there on YouTube. Really like the way these look on the inside. Heirlooms are awesome. Yeah, so we've been in the house since Friday. Granted, I am from up north, so I am rather amused by a lot of the craziness that goes on out there when storms like this hit. And I prefer to stay in the house, and I think it's because here in Oklahoma City, it's not like they man the roadways and people get a little panicked when they're out on the road. And it's mainly the other people on the road that I get concerned about. Wasn't that long ago, I was in a car wreck and totaled out my Dodge Journey. So, a little skittish on the roads. Look at that gorgeous. I love these. I soaked these in apple cider vinegar and a water bath for quite some time, so they are clean. You missed that part of it. This was beautiful. Yeah, when I was at the store once buying these, a guy said he really liked the heirloom tomatoes on his turkey sandwiches. Now, I've never had them that way. I mainly just been buying them just to roast them. All right, let's tear into this baby. Yeah, it's just like an apple. And a pear, wow. Crazy. My other apple pears, I ended up buying a package of 3. I ended up giving 2 of them to the homeless people because it was actually, I ended up getting more food than I will eat, which is typical. And I think that's just because I had a large family for a long time. Old habits die hard. All right. Let's throw some of my garlic in there, which it'll roast, and then I'll squeeze it out. And another reason I like doing this, and I love the immersion blender, is because it's, I know everything that's going into my soup. I'm just gonna douse it with a little olive oil, and we'll season it when it's in the pot. All right, well, I'm gonna give it some time, throw this stuff in the oven, let it roast, and we'll pick up there. Everything roasted up very well. I'm pretty thrilled. So I'm just gonna kind of get my garlic out of here, and I'm gonna get everything into this blue bowl that I don't think you can see. And I'm going to go ahead and blend this up with, I believe, some wine, and I have some wine vinegar as well. I think wine vinegar is kind of like a real gem in any soup. Yeah, so we got a lot of the natural juices out of the tomatoes and the squash here. Yeah, this smells fantastic. I'm pretty thrilled so far. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and cue off here. That way you don't have to hear the immersion blender, but I'll film again here when I'm getting to that grilled cheese. All right. I made a mess. I did. But this tastes so good. Like, there was no need for any, like, additional broth or, I didn't even put any wine in here. I did throw a little vinegar in here. And, of course, hold on. My chest is going to hold my immersion blender. This is the best salt in the whole wide world. Yes. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, salt, Italian seasoning, parsley, olive oil. And it just souped up really nice. I'm really, really, really impressed. Again, I love my immersion blender. If you don't have one, you should definitely go get one. It's worth whatever you pay for it. I think mine was like 50 bucks or something. So 50 bucks well spent. Definitely. So on to these grilled cheese. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, I am to the grilled cheese portion of our lunch. And I'm going to mix a little butter and Worcestershire. And I need to slice up some of this sweet red and the Gouda. And I ended up getting, from Target the other day, some extra sharp Tillamook. And I don't know what the deal is, but anytime Oscar hears a cheese package, he comes running. It's like his favorite. So he's all about it. I should probably use the immersion blender here on my Worcestershire butter mixture, but because this is not blending all as well as I would like it to. I'm making a damn mess. Yeah, that's cool. I'll clean up my mess too, because I know Oscar's not gonna. So anyways, we're going to take this and we're going to smear it on here on this sourdough in a bit. I need to slice up some cheese. Yeah, soup is going to be awesome. Lunch is going to be fantastic today. Paper towel. Yeah, pretty thrilled. So, my best friend is definitely about to be my best friend all over again. I think every time I give him cheese, he falls in love with me. which is awesome. Pretty awesome. And the sweet red cheddar is the best. I really like it. It is ultra crumbly though. As you can see, I think I saw a little plastic there from my packaging. Yeah, he's all about it. He's like, what's up, dog mom? He was like standing right here next to me. I'm not a fan of the smoked Goudas. Just the basic red wax, plain Jane Gouda, I think is, why fuck with a good thing, you know? Why smoke it? However, it seems like there's some interesting like habanero flavored Goudas and stuff out there. Be willing to try those someday. I just, maybe I'm just a creature of habit. Give me a second. Don't sit there and lick your chops at me. I know what you're doing. Yeah. I know what you're after. You're just here for the cheese. Yeah. I know. Making me feel loved and adored. But no. I know you. So I'm sure there are 1,000 billion videos and recipes out there for the best grilled cheese. I think some really good sourdough and some cheese that you really like, and that's kind of it. A little Worcestershire with your butter, and you got some good stuff going on. All right, here we are, the Tillamook. Oh yeah, I know you. Good boy. Go fuck off over there. Yep. Get out of the kitchen. I'm probably not going to use a full 3 slices, but just in case, I want to give Oscar just a little more. So, that's our cheese stuff. And I think I used to have a mixer. Well, I used to have everything. And then Oscar and I were the recipients of a car starting on fire while we were driving it when we were out of town. So eventually I'm going to take you on that little field trip, but if you see the first video that I ever posted on this channel, it explains what happened and how everybody just stole everything we ever had. So we were down to, well, him and I holding paw in hand and 2 backpacks. And that was January of 2024. Yeah. So I know there's a lot of hubbub out there, and I've seen some of the comments, and I get it. I mean, get the homeless people some job applications, but I don't think you guys realize how easy it is to go homeless in this country. And that's what I would like to kind of show you how that can happen, like in the blink of an eye. But it's also very easy to bounce back if you know what you're doing. Which is another thing I'd like to show you. Being a person that has been homeless and down to 2 backpacks and a puppy. Manifesting my reality with empty hands. and singing social distortion songs to the Lord while you're living in a church parking lot. It's not easy to bounce back to the point that I did. In fact, I've never met anybody that has. My businesses, between the three of them at this point in time, make well over 6 figures a year. I'm trying to figure out how to get to 7. All right. But that's my mentality. So, when I go and I find people living in tents, especially in conditions like this, because these are the same kind of conditions that Oscar and I were in, I do it because I've been there. And it's not hopeless. It can be if you want it to be. But maybe taking it from somebody that's gone from 2 backpacks and not a fucking thing left, and having everybody come in and either turn their backs on you, give you the middle finger, or steal all of your shit, which is what happened to us, to being in a house and to having 3 businesses and being self-employed, doing very well. It's unheard of. I know there's like movies out there like The Pursuit of Happiness. I know there's people that have done it, but the people that have done it are very few and far between. And I do believe I am one of those people. So maybe when I talk about stuff like this, maybe I know what I'm talking about. So I get it. I get the comments, but I think it's also important for everybody out there to understand that it's very easy to go homeless as well. It's not like it's a choice. Did I make a choice to get in my car and go DoorDash in Tulsa while I was in between jobs? Absolutely. I sure did. Did I have any idea my car was going to start on fire while I was driving it, and that we'd be living in a church parking lot for a month with everybody like, ew, gross, you're homeless. We don't want to have anything to do with you. I just, the level of humanity, the bullshit that I've seen, it's astounding. And this is something that I kind of want to take you guys on this journey, to show you where we were and how we got there, and then how we came back. And I think it's the how you come back part, because it's real easy to sit there and down yourself and think you're a piece of shit, especially when everybody else out in society is going, ew, fuck you, go get a job, get off the fucking street corner. Well, I never did the street corner thing. I was never a panhandler. I'd been homeless, and I still haven't panhandled to this day. And I think it's because in this society, you have to be of service. So I couldn't figure out how to be of service in society by panhandling. That's a one-way thing. And I don't donate to panhandlers, but I will go out and I'll find people and try to give them some encouragement. I think that's a human thing to do. So that's where my line of thinking is on that. Anyways, I'm gonna get to this grilled cheese. All right. Well, here I am. Bread, cheese, butter and Worcestershire sauce. Yeah, we're gonna have some grilled cheese now. It's gonna be the mom. Of course, I did not cut my bread very evenly, but I think I'll live. So a little Gouda, sweet red cheddar, and some Tillamook. Sharp cheddar. And Oscar's over here like, drop some for me. Yeah, I see you, booger. So, yeah, it's just been a matter of trying to get stuff again, acquire things without acquiring bullshit. It's a delicate art. But a bread keeper would probably do me some good. And Oscar's just like, drop some of that cheese down here, Mama. Yeah, that's where he's at. So, lunch with Jan and Oscar. Homemade tomato, squash, and apple pear soup, and some grilled cheese. Yeah, it's gonna be good. I think we're gonna peace out. However, you gotta see the baby get a piece of cheese. See? Good boy. So gentle. Got good manners.